call it,
Uh-huh.
my brain was going. I felt depressed because once I started thinking about death and infinite possibilities, I got depressed and I got so scared that I had to force myself to stop thinking of the things I wanted to think
Yeah.
because I felt like I was just going deeper and deeper, and it was just more questions and more possibilities, and what's
Yeah.
gonna happen after death. And it
That's
got to
why.
the point where my mental state was like, bro, I'm scared of
Nah,
dying. Like I just want to
definitely.
be home. I just want to lay down and
Definitely.
I just want to go home and just
That's why. That's
lay
why
down.
I feel like.
That could be a test.
Well, I mean, yeah, that too, I guess. But that's why I feel like, to a certain extent,
Mhm.
like this is why it's so confusing. Like it's just like this is why I feel like something is just not right. And it's like I feel like the best evidence of how we can figure out of how to fix it is us. Like we need to look inside of ourselves, like literally, like inside of like us. Like we need to do our
Yes,
own
yes.
research with ourselves, like literally
The
with who
first
we
start is the
are.
subconscious.
And oh my god, I just thought about something,
Hmm.
bro. What if that's like literally the reason like they're trying to like make people like not love themselves like more, like why they push like makeup, why they push like um
You can do this.
societal
You can
academics
do this to be better.
type
You need
shit.
to be like. You need to look like this to do this. You need
Right,
to be like this to be in
right.
this group.
And they're trying to make
Be a better
humans
you.
they're trying to make humans as in general look just so like small and insignificant. That's
Well,
crazy
if you can
when you think
make
about it.
if you can make a lot of people be smaller, then you have the upper hand on them.
Right.
Because you're not gonna get to my level, and you will never be as smart as me. Because
Yeah.
as long as I keep on telling you you're dumb, you're gonna believe that.
Right.
Or not even that. As long as I distract you, you won't see the truth. Or
Right.
you won't see what I'm trying to do over here.
Right. Which is crazy because it's like, bro, how the fuck do these people know so much about us, and who are these people? Because like
People.
these niggas know
Huh.
like they know too much. So it's
They're
like, bro,
also
if
different
like
brains, different
how
mindsets.
do they know so much and we don't and we know so little? It's like how did it get to this point? Like what the fuck happened? Like how do we get so ununified? Like is it really just simply humans' fault, or is it something so much more deeper than this that somehow we just lost the battle to? Like what the fuck happened? Genuinely,
That
because this
contradicts what I said. Yeah.
all this can't literally just be happening because of like our own evils or whatever, and all because we ate a singular fucking fruit. There's no way. Not with this. Not with a lot of the good stuff that I see in the world, and a lot
Hmm.
of the good stuff that I have in me. There's no way. There's just no
Yeah.
way. And I know that
Yeah.
there's more people way better than me in the world, way fucking better and kinder. I've seen it. So it's
You
like with that
saying
kind
that
of.
reminded me of something, of a question I could never answer.
So it's
Why
like
does bad things happen to good people?
right. It's just yeah. Even that too. It's like, bro, like something is just not like something is not
Someone ain't
fucking
hitting.
right.
Someone ain't right, nigga. And
And
like
it's
I
like
said, I don't
it's
know, but
so
when I die, I
crazy,
hope I know.
and it's so
Or
crazy because
but I know.
it's weird because it's like something is not right with something not being right. If that makes sense.
Hmm.
Like
But
that's how weird it is.
with the right and wrong stuff, if I go with other theories and shit,
Uh,
you yourself depicts what's right and wrong and what feels right and wrong. So what if so everything you say is objective to somebody, of course, obviously to somebody, like killing. Killing is bad to somebody. Sometimes killing can be good to somebody, you know?
mm-hmm,
It's subjective. And
mm-hmm.
you thinking that is just like, what if you think the opposite of that? That's what I like to do. When I ask myself shit, I like to debate against myself.
Yeah.
And I think of the
Like
exact opposite.
what would I be like if I was in if I was on the other side?
Hmm.
Yeah, I like to do that too.
Because it gives you a different
Yeah,
look and
because you
perspective.
have to put yourself in different perspectives in order to understand something more vividly.
Yeah. You saying this is bad, you saying this is good. Why is it bad? Oh,
Right,
because of this, and this, and this.
right.
Why is this and this and this bad?
It's the difference between
Because
knowing something and understanding.
unknowing and understanding. But we make our morals, we make our standards, we make our facts, opinions, truths, lies. We make all
In
that
a
in our head.
way, in a way, I
And
guess.
well,
Because it's like
yes,
some
in a
things
way,
I don't think
but
we make it, but I think we can like
we can well
We
if we
can
can manipulate it, I
choose.
feel like we
Yeah,
can
we
make
can
it
manipulate it. No,
like you
I
said,
don't,
choose. Yeah,
because it's
we
like
can. But if we can
because
choose,
it's
then why does it matter?
well, it matters because it's like just like you
It
said,
only
there's
it matters
universal
because you think
truths.
it matters, right?
No, 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 no. It matters because it matters, right? So say for instance, if I did something for you, right? And I put a certain set of rules of how things are supposed to go. And I put a certain set of rules of how things are supposed to go because for this to go exactly like this and flourish, it's supposed to go like this and flourish, right? So
Period. It's
even
supposed to go this
though
way, right?
even though there's other things in this whatever that I put here,
Hmm.
for whatever reasons, I could be putting these things here, like these other things here for good, but you could have somehow perverted it and made it and turned it bad, and then, like now it's just like, what the fuck? How did you even do this? But um,
Mm, right.
it's like even though it's not what it's intended to be used for, you
It's
somehow
not
turned
your
it
intended.
right. It's not your intended.
Hmm.
So it's
The
like
person
the
who
universal
conjures that. Hmm.
right. So the universal truth of the matter is that, say for instance, like love, right? The whole point of just like love is to create unity and stuff between humans or whatever, but somehow we perverted it and turned it into lust. The universal truth of the matter is that unity, right?
When you saying universal
When you
truth,
love,
huh.
when you love, it creates good uh um
Energy, vibe, space.
yeah, like atmosphere. You know,
Hmm.
like it's always going to be
It's
consumed.
positive. It's a positive impact,
Yeah,
no matter what you're
right.
saying. Hmm.
Right. So it's like that is a universal truth because it's like no matter what, you're going to feel that love. Like you're going to
But
feel it. Even if you don't even believe in it, if you don't have faith in it at all, you're going
oh,
to that's a universal truth.
to
That's a
contradict,
universal truth because
to go up,
it's
to go
something
opposite of what you're saying.
that's
What
there even if we don't want to believe it. It's the truth that it's there
to
regardless.
go against what you're saying, to debate what you're saying, is it energy, spiritual, like you're saying, or is it physical, mental, your brain? When you give a kid nothing but love and show them nothing but love, but they're either ungrateful or they see it as bad and they want to do bad.
Say it one more time. You said
It said, is it spiritual
hmm
with energy, like you saying, or is it physical with mental and your brain and how you're biological shit? That, like you said, if you give love, it's a positive input. What if you give all that love,
uh-huh.
right? You give all that 100% positivity 100% of the time, but that person, that specific person you're giving it to, doesn't want it, doesn't like it, thinks
That's a
it's
whole
bad.
that's see that that's where it's like
Is that energy
that's
or
a
mental?
unnecessary that right there is an unnecessary like
But if they can't
that's
understand it, or if their brain
but it doesn't
processes it as bad.
the thing is it doesn't matter about them understanding it or not, it's that they are feeling it. So it's like
No, I'm saying, what if they don't
you
feel it?
something some no they feel it for sure. That's why the thing
I'm
is
saying, what
like
if
there there
there's
there is no
some
what if.
kids
It's
that
like
are giving nothing but the world, but they want greed, like they want more, they want power. Or
well that's
there's some
different.
people in the world that feel good, they feel love, and
Well
they feel
that
happiness doing harm to others. That's what I'm contradicting what you're saying.
wait okay wait what was the second part you said? Say it again.
Like people can also feel love and happiness doing harm to other, or what you would call harm to other. So what is that? Is that mental or is that spiritual? Because yeah, you can give them. You said they have to feel love, but what if you're giving them all that love? Because there's some kids that feel greed, that want more, that feel power hungry, or feel
That's
like
not love.
they just like, oh, I want more, I want to do harm. Like, I don't care that you making this person laugh. I don't want to make them laugh. I want to make
That's
them cry.
that's not love. That's the whole point of perversion.
But what is that when you teach, when you try to
That's
show that positive side, but they want to do negative, or it doesn't make them positive,
that's perversion.
anti-positive type shit. What is
Perversion.
someone's anti? What's perversion?
Just a manipulation or twisting of something that's of something.
Is is that spiritual or physical?
It's
Is that
both.
is that spiritual as in energy, or is
It's,
that physical as in biology or mental?
it's both.
That's the part what I'm talking about. Everything is subjective. There's always an opposite of something. So like you said, you're right. Once you give good and right, and if once you give good and once you give love, good things, it's a good atmosphere, right? But you also have to think of the possibility of when you do all the, like you said, give love, but it's like anti-love, anti-positive.
No, that's different because that's not love. That's perversion of love. That's not.
No, you're giving them love,
It
but they're
doesn't.
not
It
they're not
doesn't matter
causing you
about
to
what
give.
they're giving me. It's about love in general. It's the base. It's the principle of it. Love itself is the good thing, the pure thing. That is the good thing. Love. What you do, however, whatever, like whatever you do after that, that's between however the fuck you did that and you. You know what I'm saying? Like that has nothing to do with the truth of the matter, which is the love. You know what I'm saying? Like
But
I can't explain it. It's
what
like,
if they feel the opposite of that? What if their love is hurting
but
people?
that's not the thing is like it does not matter about what their love is. It's like that's not love. Like
How do you know
you
what
could
their love
probably
is?
have you ever had sex with somebody and you're like, damn, I really love this girl, but then like after that you're like, what the fuck?
Nah,
You've never had that.
nah,
You've never had strong feelings for a girl, then after that you just didn't.
not in that
After y'all
instance.
had
I love,
sex.
I love. No, not no.
So every single girl you've had sex with, you've deeply loved and just still love.
No, not that either.
Okay, which one is it then?
You said if I ever felt loved by them and then be like, oh, like what the fuck did I do? I never been, I never had that all in the same night type shit.
So you've never had post nut clarity, nothing.
I never had the part where I'm just like, oh, I'm in love with them type shit.
You've never. So
I
you
had like I
okay?
felt love.
This is what I'm
I
trying to
felt love
say.
feelings, but I'm saying
I'm
not
pretty sure you've had
all in that
heartbreak.
instance.
I'm
Yeah, I
pretty
had heartbreak.
sure we've all had heartbreak, right?
Yeah,
That
you love somebody
is
and then you get heartbroken by their actions or something. I
that
had
right
that before.
there. That right there is showing that there can be a perversion of love. Why? Because at this specific instance, it was not the attraction of their soul that I was attracted to. It was their looks, their lust, whatever it is that was appealing to me at the time was appealing to me at the time. Because if it was truly who they were, then whatever it is that they are, I would know all about it, right?
Okay,
Because I
I'm not.
love
I'm not
them.
right. Right. I'm not
So
talking about that though. I'm talking about
what I'm just
the
saying that's the
feeling, the feeling that you're having, the feeling of
uh,
love and happiness,
yeah.
but the opposite action, feeling and action, two different things. The feeling of it, but the action of opposite. When you love, feeling of love, action of it. I'm gonna show you it. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna protect you. For my instance, what I'm trying to say is the feeling of love, but the action of, you know, I love causing harm for people. It makes me feel better. I feel happy. I feel loved.
Well, you can't say that because that's not love. I don't, like I'm you cannot say what love is.
But it goes
It's
back
not
to what we
something
said
you can
before.
say. It's
Love
an
is
action.
but also that also goes back to before. Like I said, I'm open minded as fuck. That also goes back to that also goes back to what we were saying before, to the point where we're saying all these words are all man made.
That's yeah.
Because
That's facts.
if you like, there's a point that you will get to, like, for instance, if you are a god,
Mhm.
I don't. Why do you have to give a fuck about anybody? Their feelings, their loves.
Well,
You could
I
snap a
don't.
finger and kill them and wipe them from existence, and you
Well,
not give a fuck.
okay, that right
What
there.
part is
Hold
that?
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. That right there. That's like that's completely different because for one, we're not gods, so we can't think like
No, no,
them.
no,
And for two,
hundred percent. But I'm
hold
saying
on,
the people
hold on,
that
hold
do
on.
think like that.
Yeah, I know. And then for two, what happens when you have kids?
What do you mean?
What happen? What will happen when you have kids?
What do you mean? You gotta be more specific.
Okay, right now, what do you want to do?
Go to sleep.
Like you want nothing to do with you
Like
want nothing to do with children, like nothing.
right now I don't want kids though.
Right. Eventually, you're going
But I'm
to.
not gonna cut my balls off because my idea might change.
Right.
Mhm.
That's just like how gods are. Not exactly, but it's like
But if they're all
they're
knowing,
gods. Like they can do whatever they please. So it's like if they choose to create a race and love that race and put this concept of love into this race, if they want to put a whole new emotion called subliminal, they can do it because they understand, they know it, they understand it, and they like
okay.
they know what they're doing. Us, we don't know what we're doing. So it's like
Or okay, but love.
we could be doing things, and for the simple fact that this world is corrupted, right? For the simple fact that everything in this world is fucked up and messed up everywhere, we can do things and say a complete opposite thing of what we're doing. But that's because of this dimension of this world that we're in is messed up, and we can pervert stuff. That's why it's like that. But if it was just like a perfect whatever where everything was supposed to be where what it's supposed to be, then we would start to see and realize that wow, all these things really was not what they say they were,
Let me.
and there really was a universal truth.
This is how I think.
Well, that's obviously opinionated, obviously, because I don't know if that's true
Oh,
at the end of the day,
100%.
really.
No, I
But
hear you.
yeah,
I hear you.
yeah.
This is what I think.
Hmm.
If you had no, I feel like the highest being of life, the highest
Yeah.
being whole, is being away from emotion. Emotion doesn't exist. Good and bad doesn't exist. It's just it.
Why do you feel like
It's
that?
just neutral. Because why do I feel like that? Because positive and negative can be manipulated in whatever form, in which way, and it can all, and
Okay.
if it's and if you say in a feeling matter, that feeling can be manipulated in a different way. People can still feel happy doing harm, and some people will feel bad doing harm. It can be manipulated. Love,
Hmm.
for instance, love is like in a feeling, and it's an emotion. You love this feeling, but what if you are unable to have that feeling to love? Now, what is love? Does love not exist? Does it exist but you can't feel it? Does it exist but not to you? And if you see it, what is it? If bad doesn't exist, doing harm, killing things, if you have no emotion at all, what is it? That's why I go back to it's all
Okay.
man-made
Well,
words, which it is,
let me
and it's
ask you
also
this.
film.
So remove all of that, right? What do we have?
Remove all what?
Everything you're saying.
If you have all that, it's nothing. It's just it.
Uh huh.
It's space. Space. If space was an entity, space can destroy Earth, and it wouldn't feel nothing because it doesn't have emotions. It doesn't have feelings. It doesn't have love. It doesn't have bad. It doesn't have good. Space can
But it does though.
destroy. Space can destroy Earth,
No, it
and
does
it
though.
wouldn't be a
It
negative
literally
or
has negative.
positive
It
thing.
literally has negative and positive energies flowing around it.
And spiritually, right? That's what
No,
you're talking about.
no, in space.
What do you mean?
There's literally something called negative energy in space. Dark matter.
Okay, okay, that's yeah. I'm talking about energy and stuff like that. But if that stuff, I'm talking about a space as it being an entity and choices, free will, you being able to do stuff. If that stuff didn't matter, if you're deprived of all emotion, deprived of all feeling, of anything, you can do, and some people will call it godlike, because gods can kill people and not feel a thing. Gods can create things and not feel a thing. They just do whatever they please. That's how some people depict gods, or like movies and shit. I know they depict gods, just, they can do whatever they want. And it comes to humans as well. If I can do whatever I want, why would I feel this way?
Right.
If I can do whatever I want without consequences, killing
what would be
somebody,
the
why would I be
benefit
bad? Why would
of
I be
giving me
good?
feeling?
The benefit, there is no benefit.
Right.
Imagine what if the
So it's
word
like
benefit didn't exist? What if benefit doesn't is
so
nothing? What if you don't benefit off it? What if you don't benefit off it and you also don't not benefit? There's no pros and there's no cons. Pros and cons does
which
not exist.
which
It's
makes
neutral. It's
which makes
it.
no sense because every single scenario that comes that circles back to humans basically being like I guess
There's
like
life is two sides, good and bad, positive, negative, love and hate. But I feel like there's a third side, and like they said, there is no black, there is no white. You can't have gray. You can't be in the middle. When you make choices, there is no gray. It's black and white. I feel like that third option is that unknown, is the middle of nothingness. It's not bad, it's no good. My actions are neither bad or neither good. The way I feel of whatever I do and how I do it is neither bad or neither good. And I shouldn't care because why should I care if it's neither bad or neither good? I don't have emotions anyway, so there's nothing bad's gonna happen, nothing's good gonna happen. It's like it's like a sociopath with no
but
emotion.
I feel you can still do that now though.
Oh, you can do that. There's sociopaths that go on and kill people, and there's just weirdos that would do crazy shit, right? And they won't feel it. They won't feel no bad. They won't feel no sympathy for it. But that if they don't feel no sympathy, that means they don't feel the opposite of what they're feeling. They have no feeling. They have no bad feeling. They have no good feeling. If you have no bad feeling, if there's not one, there can't there. The whole point of an opposite is comparing it to something and the opposite of that. If there that something is nothing and there's no opposite because you can't compare it, there's only one thing, it,
Okay,
yourself, just
this
it.
is what I'm trying to figure out, right? This is what's bugging me. It's like what is the point of adding good, right? If everything does not matter what you do, if everything does
If
not
it,
count as good or bad,
there's no point.
why is there such a category as good and bad? Why is there such a category as feelings? Why is there such a
Why
category as emotion?
why there's
What
emotion
like
because of what we feel through in the chemicals because people can do the same people two people can do the same thing and still feel a different way. Two people can kill somebody in the battlefield in Marines. One people can feel energetic and get adrenaline, right?
mm,
Someone will feel sad and be like, damn, that was somebody's baby, that was a mother's child,
I'm saying in
and
terms of
some people can
gods.
just not feel none of it. If gods are the highest beings and they're away and they're farthest beings from human beings, and human beings are human beings with emotion. We're humans, we have emotion, we have conscience where we make choices, we're self-aware of our choices. We can make choices of what we do, and choices are just morals of what we, because once we have choices, we have morals. Once we choose what we want to do, we have morals to the point where I'm gonna do this, but I'm not gonna do this as well because I have a choice not to do this for whatever reason. Now, if you don't have morals, you don't have any empathy, you don't have any feeling, you don't have any morals. What is left? You can literally do anything you want without feeling, and you want to feel sad, you want to feel mad, you want to feel depressed, you want to feel happy because it doesn't exist, because you can't compare to other. There is no feeling, there's no emotion. You're going through life, you're going through whatever you're doing, and you're doing whatever you want to do. No strings attached. There's no strings attached mentally. There's no strings attached negatively, and there's no strings attached positively. If there's no positive, there's no negative because you can't. There has to be an opposite. If there's one, there has to be a other. But if there's none of that, what is it? I just say it. And I feel like the highest being, the highest entity is an entity that doesn't feel nothing, that can do whatever it's want without repercussion. The word repercussion is something that's bad gonna happen. But is it really bad if you don't care? Oh, for instance, if I do this repercussion, I'm gonna go to jail. If I get if oh
Well, I mean,
repercussion,
this is the
if I do
thing.
this,
This
I'm
is
gonna
the
get hit.
only
But
bad.
what if I
This
don't care of getting hit? What if I don't care of pain? What if pain doesn't bother me? What if I don't even feel pain?
this is
What if the feeling of being sad and being hurt doesn't exist to me? So you can do whatever I want, and I can just look at you with a straight face, and it's just like it means nothing, and I can choose to kill you or just walk away without no pros or cons, good or bad, repercussions, anything.
This is
You
the
don't
only
benefit off.
weird thing I have about that
Mhm.
is that if there is a case, right, where it could be something like that, why would there be a concept of death? Where the fuck
Well,
did
if you're
death
if
come
you're
from?
in,
Realistically, if
death
you are
only
a
came from
god,
God.
right, and
Death only came
you
from God.
don't really, you don't, well, I don't know. They probably have something else that's like feelings, but it's not feelings. I don't know what I don't know. Maybe they have some whole other shit that I'm pretty sure they have a lot of stuff that we just don't
They
really
have
understand or
meaning,
know.
maybe they have a meaning of why, but what if they don't have a meaning of why? What if they just wanted to do it just because they can? They
Yeah,
wanted to create just because they wanted to create, and
that's
maybe they did this just to see what does love feel like, what does empathy feel like, what would these creatures do? Because they couldn't do it because they
but
don't care about it. You feel it, and it would be interesting to see someone else
but
make
then
random
that
events
would
of what
mean
they do.
that it's lacking in something though, wouldn't it?
Lacking in what?
So, I don't know, something. Like it's trying to it's searching for something that it's just
Not
it's just searching
technically.
for
It
something.
could be. It could be searching for something, but if you're the
But
all-knowing,
why
the
would it be
all-knowing,
though? If you
what if you be
if
the
you
same reason why people create the reason why people create stuff just because they can. When people do shit, and sometimes when you ask them why they do it, I just want to see if I can do it.
but that's for a reason though. They're doing it for something.
Just because
Why
they
are
can
you
see they
seeing
can do it.
why are you doing why are you doing it so you can see that you can do it? Because I just want to know if I'm capable. Why do you want to know if you're capable? There's always something behind it. Always.
Mhm. That's for a physical human aspect.
Yeah. And
But for a being that already knows that they can do it, it wouldn't be just. You're right. I worded it different than yeah. You're right. For a higher being of that already knows the capability of that, it can do whatever it wants at a snap of the finger. It doing what it wants can just be just because it can. You know what I mean? No emotion, nothing tied to it.
that's real. I mean, if that's the case, then that means
If
that it wouldn't it if that's the case, then that means that it all this really does not matter then because it's
and if
literally
you,
at the end of it, then
hmm but I could bring it down to human aspects of why humans put two people to fight each other to kill each other. Why did you do it? I just wanted to see who would win. I just wanted to see what would happen. I wanted to see who was the strongest person. Why did you let all these people starve? I wanted to see how they would react. I wanted to see how they would react. I wanted to see what they would do. You know, humans will do shit like that.
but
Why
then
would
when
you
it
commit mass
but
genocide because I didn't like them or some shit?
but when it's the other way around, it's suddenly a problem.
What do you mean other way around?
Just in general, when somebody does something and it's the other way around, it's a problem. Why is that?
Something does to them?
Yeah.
Oh, for like an example, as if
Just whatever you were saying, if it was the other way around. For other
well,
people,
if it was godlike, then
no, no, I'm not.
mm,
I'm just
if it
saying.
was for people, because humans comes errors comes. You probably wasn't thinking. I hit my brother, and I have no repercussion of it, right? And then the one time that he hits me back, I get okay. I hit my brother and I laugh about it, right? Like type shit, right? Some sadistic shit like that, right? And then the time he hits me back, I get mad. You know, you talking about shit like that?
Mm, yeah, I guess.
Like he hit me, I'm like, oh, it wasn't bad for me to hit you, but now that you hit me, I'm mad. I'm mad. Why the fuck did you hit me?
Yeah,
Like type shit like that.
yeah.
I don't know. That's more of a human brain. It can be because they think
But
that
that's
they're
but this is
higher than that.
but this is exactly what I'm saying though. It's like
But that's what
for
emotion is like.
gods, it's way above that, right? So it's like
I,
if I'm going to I don't know. Because it could be like that too. Because it's like since they are
If
gods, and it's
if
like
and only possible.
they wouldn't really more
They don't
so.
have a brain. They don't have hormones. They don't have the dopamine. They don't have hormones. They don't have what's it called? Hormones. What's the other word?
Yeah, but then it's like it's like
What
what
feelings
are
do they
you
have?
what are you going
What
off
feelings are
of? It's like
stimulated?
what if you're doing all these things, right? Just to see what happens. Why?
Okay, if you're doing it just to see what happens and you're going off of something, or if you're doing it if you're doing it just because you can, then that's what you're going off of. The same reason why when people ask like
But the
why
thing
do you
is
feel
like no
why do you
one
feel
literally
people?
just does
I
something
wanted
because
to,
they can. That's the thing. Like it's
but
always there
it's
always has to be some kind of meaning behind it. Always.
what
Like it
answer
always
can
has
you
to be.
get? What answer can you get when someone said I did it because I wanted to? That's the only reason. When people talk to serial killers, I wanted to. I enjoyed it. That's I think that that's I think that's the
Why did
answer
you
they would take.
enjoy it?
I like I, li-
Simple.
I like when people suffer.
Why do you
Shit
like
like
when
that.
people suffer?
It makes me happy
Why does it make you happy?
because when I see them, it makes me happy.
Why
What more answers can you get from that?
why does it
It all
make
leads
you
to one
happy?
answer.
Why does it make you happy when you see him?
I don't. How do you answer that question
I don't
from a human
know.
aspect?
You should be able to because if it makes you happy when you see him, then that means that there's something about him that makes you happy when you see him.
It's then you can then it's the same thing. Why do you feel bad?
I'm just saying,
But
there's
that's
always
contradicting.
something behind something that you're thinking. There always is. There
How
always.
deep can you go? Because if you're talking about human aspects, the only reason why
You
they
can
would get
keep
that,
going deeper. It's just the
but you
fact
can't
it's you
because
can. You can
subconsciously
literally keep going. You just have you need
subconsciously
understanding. That's all
think
it
about
is.
subconsciously you will feel some way and act a certain way and not know why you acted that certain way because of something, because of what your subconscious picked
That's
up.
that is
Now,
completely besides the point. Like
you're
that
saying
has
that there's always a reason.
even
There's
yeah,
always a reason,
exactly,
right?
exactly.
So
Subconsciously
there's
or it's or
always a reason.
unsubconscious
So
doesn't matter.
because they do that, the reason okay, because they do that, their brain okay, the answer is their brain releases dopamine when they do that. What more answers can you get from that? You can go deeper. Why did your brain release dopamine? When my brain performs this action,
That's not even an answer.
the electrical inputs in my brain releases the dopamine and it makes me
You're
feel
going straight
happy.
to jail.
But okay, yes,
That
100%.
would
Okay,
that would
listen.
literally that wouldn't be valid in any argument.
Listen. 100%. 100% it is bad because in our nature it is bad. But for them, they do it
But that's
to
not
them
even
it's
that's
valid.
not any. But I'm just saying that any logical human being would listen to that and would be like, that's nowhere near a logical answer. What do you mean? Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Because that
When
doesn't make
they're put
sense.
in a certain situation okay, when you're scared,
Hmm.
your dope hormones you get fear hormones to either fight or flight. When some people are scared, they get hormones to either be excited, curious, or sometimes they don't get hormones at all. They're not scared. What do you say to that? When it's not yes, logical is logical thinking, you putting two and two together. But what if it's illogical being is just your brain? It's how your brain is hardwired. How is that validated and how is that logical? If your brain was wired to do that, if a computer was wired to kill people and you tell that computer, why are you killing people? Because that's what I was made to do. Why? Because the ones and zeros tell me to look at this person and this is what I feel and this is my objective. That's how our brain works. When I do this, when I feel this, when I see this, I release hormones to make me feel either scared, happy,
Well, that's what
or
it is.
so
And the
to go back
further,
what you said before, it's not when a logical person hears that you should go to jail. That is not logical, but you're 100% correct.
no,
But
that doesn't. No,
if they're
okay,
feeling that way,
no.
but
Stop,
if
stop,
they're
stop,
doing
stop,
that
stop, stop, stop.
actions and the hormones are hitting them to feel that way, what can you say to that?
That doesn't.
They're
That
programmed that way. They were born
no,
that way, right?
no, no. That does not correlate. That what I'm saying is
The reason why I'm doing
when
this is
if
because
you
it makes me happy. your brain releases the hormones when I do this. What more? How more in depth can you do that besides saying I was
You can
programmed to do that?
you can continuously go into depth the more understanding you have of something. But
Humanly, humanly though, how more in
obviously,
depth can you go when
obviously
your
that's
hormones do it?
depending on someone's understanding of a specific
This
situation.
is
So
all. This is all
obviously,
just a what if.
huh?
All just a what if. This is all just. I'm just saying. This is all just
What?
a what if. No, everything I just said right now. If your brain is hardwired the same way your brain is hardwired to feel scared when you're in areas, the same way your brain releases that dopamine or that hormones when to feel guilt when you do something bad. What if the hormones to feel guilt is reversed to feeling happy or good, to feel like, oh, I did a good thing, to feel
Well, it
feeling
doesn't. The
good
thing is, you keep these. Okay, I get your question, but these
but
are irrelevant
what if
to
it's
the
the opposite?
principle, huh?
Principle of what? Principle of what?
The principle of what I'm trying to get at is that it does not matter what scenario, what you have in mind, or whatever. There's always a meaning behind it. So whatever you're doing, there's always some kind of meaning behind that meaning,
What if the meaning is
until
opposite?
you speak the full truth of whatever it is you're saying. And
What if that is the
past
full
that
truth?
truth, anything past that truth, you can't say because obviously you just don't know. You
What
genuinely don't know.
that's that's what I'm talking about.
But
That right there,
that's
you just
besides
said
the
what I
point.
just said. The
But
what
that's
you don't know. The
okay.
more you go in
This is
depth
what I'm
to what
saying
you
though.
don't know.
This is what I'm saying. That has nothing to do with gods because gods know. They always know. They know everything.
I
So it's
wasn't
like
applying to gods. I wasn't
this.
applying to gods.
That's
I
what
was
I'm applying
talking
to though. This is what I'm applying to.
okay.
So I'm saying
I'm not
that
applying to gods. I'm applying it to mhm.
there's no way humans can be that way, or there's no way that humans cannot have a knowing of what they're doing it
Okay,
for because
right.
everything that they're doing, whatever it is that they're doing it for, they have a reason. They know what it is because
What if you don't know? What if it's like you said, your hormones,
that's
the
impossible. You
dopamine?
know what it is. It's just you just don't have an understanding of
Do you know
whatever
why
it
you
is.
because you but if you know it doesn't work that way. When you go that you're 100% correct with the knowing yourself, understanding yourself, right? But when it comes to feeling,
It doesn't feeling is
what
that doesn't okay.
feeling is subjective to all. And when I mean, I think when I forgot, I went off topic. When I'm comparing that to gods, is if they don't have, why would they feel anything if they don't? They don't feel love, happiness, any emotion
But
at
we don't
all.
know that. The thing
Why
is
is
that
them
we
attracted?
don't
We don't know that. I'm just saying what
they
if.
uh, there's a
If anything,
possibility.
if everything and anything is possible, a human can feel the same way as that with no emotion. If a human has no emotion, if their hormones do not work, if their dopamine does not work through certain criteria of whatever they're biologically inputted to feel guilty or to the norm, that's how they feel. An example: if you raise a kid and tell this kid this is good, hurting people is good, and you raise them, their hormones and their dopamine is gonna correlate to the response of what they're doing. Because you're not telling them it's bad, because you're praising them, telling it's good, whatever they do bad, to them they're getting the good dopamine. But to them it's not bad, it's good because you're praising them. The same thing what you do when you tell your kid, don't do that, it's bad. Don't hit your sister, don't break that, that's bad. Now what if that's in reverse? Every time they break something, you praise them. What if everything was in reverse? That's what I'm talking about. And when you question them and you go deeper, deeper down, the only thing that they can say is because I do it because I like to or because I feel this way. When I do this, I feel this way. Why do you feel this way? How can you tell somebody? How can you go in depth of how you feel this way?
Because you
Of the
feel it.
dopamine making you, but
Like
it's the
what?
dopamine, it's
It
the
doesn't
hormone.
matter. The dope. It does not matter about
It does matter.
whatever it is. You can explain it. It does not.
What,
There's no way you cannot explain something. If it, even if you do not have the words to explain it, you can still explain it to the best of your abilities. And whatever it is that you're explaining, that's your answer. And if that's your answer, you can continue to ask a question until you don't have an answer for it. That's what I'm saying. It's you cannot never not know something unless you genuinely don't know it. You feel me? So it's like you can continue to you can continue to give an answer to to a specific whatever it is until there comes to a point where you just literally cannot give an answer no more. And the only way that you cannot give an answer no more is if you literally are something that you're not supposed to be giving an answer to. In this instance, it's God, right? God, obviously, we there's a lot of stuff that we just don't know that God knows. So obviously, when it comes to certain specific things, since we're not the creator of it, we can't know it. But deprived from certain things that come from that we could understand, we could explain, and we could know. Our explaining and understanding may be unorthodox depending on our understanding of the situation, but we could still get facts of that situation regardless. There could still be facts to gather from anything that we can communicate about or understand. There's whatever it is. It does not matter how you're feeling or whatever your answer is. It does not matter. You can always gain a fact from whatever it is that you can always learn about something that I kind of fucked up my explanation, but you get what
Hello,
I'm saying.
bro. What the fuck? They try to silence me, bro.
What happened?
I don't know what the last thing you heard, bro. I'm over here still talking, and I'm just like, hello,
No way.
hello, hello, and that's why I left and came back. And is my Wi-Fi shut off? I just checked my Wi-Fi, and I'm like, oh, I'm good on Wi-Fi. What the fuck?
You left, bro.
But no, I'm just saying, if you keep on questioning somebody, it starts repeating yourself. Like if I question you, why do you like basketball? It just keeps on. You're gonna keep on repeating yourself, and you're repeating yourself might be in different words, different format, different phrases, different ways of saying it, but it
Well, that's
all contributes
because
to because you like
the
it,
the 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 reason you are saying
right?
these different things, these different what's the names when you're getting being asked this question because you're not being honest with yourself. You're not being honest about the
What
base.
if you're being honest? What
I
if that's
mean,
100% truth?
I'm pretty sure it's 100% truth, but you're not being 100% honest with yourself.
Okay,
Because
explain why not.
the reason you were saying all of these different what's the names is because you're not getting at the base of why you like it. So say for instance, why I like gaming, right? If somebody were to ask me why I like gaming,
Okay, okay.
I would
Why do you like gaming?
I would be I would be naming a number of things, right?
Okay.
I would be saying like, oh, um,
Can we simulate
I,
it?
huh?
I'm gonna simulate it by asking you how you the same phrase that you're telling me how to do it, and there's always a question. I'm gonna simulate it to you. So I'm gonna
Okay,
ask you questions. You answer it. Do you like playing basketball?
I do
Why do you like playing basketball?
for a number of reasons. Because I grew up playing basketball. I just somehow I don't know. The I just liked it, and also
Why?
I
Okay.
think the
Why do
number
you like?
one reason I would
Mhm.
say, if I'm going to be honest with myself, is it's probably the most least I mean the most fun while also least aggressive I would say sport that fits my kind of way of sport playing.
Oh,
So that would be my
okay.
base answer.
Why is it fun and less aggressive to you?
Uh well, there's more rules in basketball that allows you not to get as hurt. For instance, there's fouls. You can't get too physical with someone. Um, uh, there's no grabbing, stuff like that.
So
So it's
that's
a
the reason why you like
lot
it.
more safe
Why do you feel like it's safe?
because of the things I just stated.
And why do you think those things make it safe?
Because it makes it less physical.
Why do you, it makes it less physical?
hmm That's why it's more safe.
Why do you feel it being less physical is more safe?
Because obviously, less physical leads to less harm, which makes it more safe.
Why do you feel that way?
I mean, that's just a fact. If there's less harm,
Is it a fact to you or
then that's
to
that's
everybody?
that's a fact in general.
What if people that play harder that don't also get hurt? How can you say about that?
I mean, I don't know. That's just them. I don't know how to do that. So I mean,
That's
that's
the
just
I
them.
don't know. That's what I'm trying to understand. That's what I'm off the contrary, off where we're off the topic now. We're now same topic, simulation over. That's what I mean.
What do you
The I
mean?
don't know.
Oh,
The I don't know.
no. I said I don't know how to be like them, but that's that's between them. Like the
Okay.
reason they you would have to ask them that. That's the reason I can't tell you that is because that's not that I'm not who they are. So for that personal experience, you'd have to ask them. But for me, the reason I can't play like them is because my own personal limitations or whatever that
What is the
obviously
feeling when
they
you play
don't have.
basketball? What's the
What?
feeling that you play basketball? What is the feeling that you play basketball?
What does it feel like when I play basketball?
What is the feeling when you play basketball?
What do you mean? Elaborate.
What is the feeling when you play basketball? When you think about basketball, what do you feel? When you play
A
basketball,
number
what
of
do you feel?
things. A number of
Just in one
things.
and how do you feel? Just in one how do you feel emotionally?
I feel happy, joyful,
Why do you feel happy and joyful when you play basketball?
because it's fun. I love it, and it's
Why is it
gets me
fun? Why do you
to
love it?
it gets me to not think about the seriousness of life. It gets me to open up to the joys of uh of human activities and of
Okay.
just what humans can do. A little glimpse.
Okay, so now simulation over. Okay, now if I were to say that I enjoy hurting others because I feel happy enjoying others. Why do I feel happy? Because when I look at them, I feel I feel like I did something good, or I feel like it pleases me to look at. It pleases me. It's a pleasure. What do you ask? What do you answer? What do you say to that? What more do you to that do you ask?
I mean, that's a personal preference. I mean, me, since I don't think that's a very healthy way of
No,
living.
no, I
I
know that.
would.
I know that. Not you. I'm just saying for the person to asking that person's questions and questions. You saying you have to go into depth of it, and I'm just stating what more can you go? Because when you're talking
Well,
about
you can. The
feeling,
thing.
there's reasons why you feel that way. There's reasons to it of why the thing makes you happy, but all those feelings to making you happy are all subjectives because all those subjectives, all those opinions of why it makes you happy can be completely opposite to someone else, such as
Do you know what
hurting
therapy is?
people or do I know what therapy is? Yes. Or not really, just
What's
talking to somebody else.
what's the definition of therapy?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Just talking to somebody else, understanding yourself more, I would assume,
Mm,
and why you make your actions.
mm.
And that's when you go to therapy. That's when therapists be like, "Oh, you're schizo or you're a psychopath," because the way that you feel, either you don't feel at all.
No, it's
What is
just
a psychopath?
that. What is a psychopath?
Hmm. Let me search it up.
Someone who is going down a very unnatural
It's
order of
social.
life.
Psychopath is often associated with antisocial personality disorder,
Right,
characteristic by a lack of empathy, disregarding for others, persistent breaking of rules.
right.
Sociopath is not form of diagnosis, but often used as describe an individual with ASP who may exhibit multiple behavior, emotional detachment, and disgraceful for social terms. This term carries stigma and is recommended to focus on specific behaviors rather than labeling someone as sociopath.
Mhm.
So if you feel lack of empathy to doing damage, to doing harm to others, how more in depth can you go into that?
So
I just don't feel
therapy means treatment intended to relieve or heal a disorder,
okay.
right? Why do you think they say? Why do you think they word it that way?
I don't know because that's their goal.
Why do you think they say disorder at the end?
Why they say disorder? Because they assume that everybody that goes to this therapy has a disorder and they're trying to understand it or fix it. That's
Hmm.
how I take out of it.
Why specifically disorder though? They could have used
Disorder
illness,
is the definition of different,
sickness.
not normal, abnormal.
Okay,
But
so if
disorder is
something,
also a subjective because normal can be subjective.
okay, so
It's,
if if you're calling something disorder, that means it's unorganized, right? It has no direction. It's all over
it's
the
different
place,
from the others.
right?
It's not the right path. It's different. It's not the normal path.
Right. It's
You have a
it's it's
disorder
just
because your brain shouldn't be acting this way, but it is
right,
acting this way.
right,
We're trying to understand why it acting this way,
right.
but we're focusing on
And
it does act that
emphasis
way.
emphasis on the shouldn't, right?
Okay,
Emphasis on
but
the shouldn't.
shouldn't but why shouldn't it? Is it shouldn't it because it's normal or is there an error? But if it's an error, why was it made in the first place?
Right,
But if everybody had that error, wouldn't it just be normal?
right. That's a good question
So
too.
that's subjective. So if everybody was a sociopath and I'm the only one with and I'm the if everybody was a sociopath and everybody if 8 billion people were sociopaths and them and killing people was just normalized. But if me with empathy, I have a disorder because it's not normal because my brain should be working like
Okay.
how 8 billion people brains should be working about. I'm different from the 8 billion people. I feel empathy unlike 8 billion people. So I have a disorder, right?
Hmm.
That's what I'm trying to explain. That's normalized. That's human term. That's mental. That's that's subjective, right?
Hmm.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I
Wait,
get it.
hello? Okay. You get it?
Yeah.
Did it click?
I've been got it. It's just I'm
Okay.
just genuinely trying to like, are you getting my point?
I understand what you're saying. I don't understand. I understand what you're saying. There's always an answer to something, but how you're saying is that there's more to explain to it. But when it goes off of
No.
feeling and emotion, there's only so much that you can explain. Like you said,
Exactly.
when you
That
when
that
you
I'm
feel
I'm 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 happy that you said that because
so
emotion and feeling does not go off of fact. That's why it's called emotion and feeling.
well, it's a fact to yourself.
To
If you
your
feel that way,
obviously
then
it's
it's
a
a
fact
fact.
to
Then
yourself,
yeah. Then what do you mean?
but
It's not a fact.
it's not a universal
It's
fact in
subjective.
general in terms of just like what's
Like
supposed to be
subjective.
happening and what's supposed to be going on. Because you can truly be feeling something and be completely delusional. You can feel like this girl is digging you, but you can be completely delusional about it. She like does not like you at all. Like she's like sitting
Okay.
way over there in a corner. You just feel
Okay.
like she's completely in love with you. You're
Okay,
delusional.
but
It's not a fact.
okay, but what I'm trying to bring up is the understanding of if every female acted like that to everybody is not just regular, and every
No,
female,
even if it is okay.
if
So
you are
so
talking
just
to a
think about the killing.
female if you're talking to a female and she ghosts you for a couple days and then she comes back, but it is normal for females to do that, then that is normal. If you talk to a female and then she never ghosts you for 2 days, isn't that abnormal? Doesn't that become abnormal?
Which one? The ghosted one or the no
If
or the
eight, if eight, if it is norm, if 4 billion females and recorded that you talk to them, and every time it is normal for females to ghost you for 2 days and then come back. If that has been recorded billions different times, billions different people, but you talk to this female and she doesn't ghost you, isn't that abnormal?
I mean in that society, obviously.
In that society, it is. Yes. Now, that's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to fucking. That's what I'm trying to bring up. Society,
I get what okay.
normalization,
I
word,
get what you're
human
trying to
people
bring
need
up.
normalization. It
I
doesn't
keep
matter.
making the same point. Okay, I get it. I'm saying I'm just saying, right, that regardless, right? Regardless of how you're feeling, of whatever you're going through or whatever, There is a fact of the matter, and there is a way to creation, we're gonna say, right?
What do you mean?
And I don't know what that way is. I'm just saying
I don't,
there's a
I don't
way.
understand creation. What do you mean by that?
Just
I don't
everything
understand
that's
what I
created, everything that's here has a purpose,
right.
right?
In some
So
way, kind of.
what doesn't have a purpose?
It's subjective when it comes to free will because that purpose can be changed. Unless the future is one straight line and what you did
Uh,
already happened and the
no,
future is going to
that has
continue
nothing to
to.
do with the main purpose. Like
Then what do you mean by
everything
purpose?
created has it does not. If you pervert it, that's up to you. But everything has a purpose. If you take your purpose away and decide to do
If you're
something else,
perverted, but if you're perverted, but it's mentally and you can't help it,
then
what
there's
is
no way you can't help it. It's you. We all have
if
choices.
you're
Everything we
the
do,
people that come out with Alzheimer's, autistics, they don't choose to think. The people that
that's different.
they're okay, yeah, it's different. Why? Genetic disorder or their brain was made in a different way. Now, people that get the hormones from that get hormones from it, that gets the dopamine from doing stuff like that because their brain is hardwired that way.
Mm.
What do you say to that? Of course, it's not valid. Of course, it's not right because in society, it's 100% that's not right. But if their brain was made when this happens, when that effect happens, this causes happen. When the cause happens, it affects this. What do you say to that? Same thing with the disorders of autistic, or there's cases of people have an inner voice. People can sing songs in their head, count numbers in their head, and talk to themselves in their head. Some people can't do that. Their brain is differently. Now, and some people are sociopaths where they don't get empathy hormones. They don't feel empathy. They don't feel sad. They don't feel happy. They don't feel any of that. That's a disorder. This is a disorder because it's not normal. It's different. But besides it being different, besides fuck normal, fuck disorder, it just being you a human being, everybody being human beings, that's just how your brain works. And you can't help it because your brain was hardwired to do that. Now, what do you say to that? That's what I'm trying to get.
What do I say to that about what?
I'm just saying, if your brain was hardwired in that way, what do you say? What can you do? If your brain,
In
you have
terms of
people
asking him a question,
you can ask as many questions, but they feel good for doing bad
it
things.
doesn't matter how they feel. They can still give me a facts about whatever it is they're feeling.
They can give you facts. I
Yeah,
feel this
that's what
way
I'm
because it
saying.
makes me happy. Because
Exactly.
I so what
Whatever
made
the case is, they can give me the information to it
okay, so what if they
until
feel
they can't
happy?
until they can't no more.
You just said you but when I asked you, when I said there's a point when you keep on asking questions, you can't. You said there is. There's always something that that person can do.
Yeah, there
That's what I was
is.
arguing about.
There
But you
is.
just said they can't. What
No,
you just
I
said
never
ask
said they
questions until they
can't do
can't explain
anything.
it no more.
No,
Not
yeah,
not do anything, but can't explain anymore. That's what I'm
that's
trying to
it.
understand. What when you keep on that's what I'm trying to understand. That's what I was arguing about. When you
Debating.
ask someone's questions, debating, arguing, I don't mean arguing in a negative way, debating, whatever you want to call it, that you keep on asking someone's questions and then you get to a point where they're either repeating the same thing or they don't understand because why they don't understand because it's mental. It's in their head or subconsciously. What do you say to that? What do you do? What is to happen? Yes, it's not bad for society for that person to do bad things and feel good about it or not feel anything about it. But what is that person?
If they're not understanding, you're not explaining it well. There's always a way you can understand it for them to explain it.
No, they
I mean, there's
understand
always
how
a
they
way that you
feel.
can explain it to how they, wait.
They
Yeah, there's
understand how
always a
they
way to
feel. They
explain it to how they
understand.
understand.
They understand that it's bad, but
Well,
they can't help it to feel
you just
good
said
to
that
do it.
they can't explain it because they can't understand what you're saying.
I said there's a gets. Why I take that back. Then I meant to say it gets to a point where they can't explain it because it's subconscious. You can only say so much of how you feel to something until it goes to be like I don't know how I
I
feel. I just
mean,
feel
yeah.
happy doing it.
I mean, yeah,
So when they
that's
feel
true.
happy to doing bad things, what is that? What
It,
more can you explain to that? What more can you depth? That's what I was trying to debate about.
Okay,
Their brain is
I'm
hardwired
confused.
to
Okay, so we came to this ballpark, right? What are you trying to get at with that part?
what I'm trying to get at that part is everything is subjective to normalization. Everything is normalized is subjective because anything can change. Anything that is reoccurring over and over again is being normalized, and whatever is fact is what is acceptable. If everybody was a sociopath, that'll be normal. If I had more empathy, that would be a disorder. We're not as a society. Everybody has empathy. People that are sociopath, it's disorder. People we do good things because we do good things is good, and we feel good at doing good things. People that, but what about the
No,
people that do bad things
no, that's not
and
the
don't feel
case.
good about it?
Because if that was the
Not
case,
because they
then
don't.
we wouldn't be feeling bad about people dying now. So
Some
the
people don't.
thing,
Not everybody do.
well, yeah, you're right. But the fact that
And even
the fact that
and
people
you might
do
not
is
even
showing
know,
us
but
is telling us that eventually we will feel like that. So the fact that people
yeah,
feel bad or the fact that people are starting to think about dying or whatever is telling us that we will eventually start to think like that. So
no,
regardless, that's the fact of the matter.
that's
That
no.
itself is the fact.
That's a no.
How?
You how?
Hmm.
Because that's if people you're saying
So how did they find out dying was bad?
dying is neither bad or good. You make it bad or good.
Okay, well, how did
Dying
anybody find? How did it turn? How did
fear.
it turn out to be started to become bad?
You can. I think the best way to answer that question is to ask a couple hundred people why they're scared of death or what do you feel about
Right,
it.
right.
But if you go,
Okay,
if you
so
search
I'm
up
glad you said
definitions
that.
of back in the day, they praise death. They
Uh,
think death is life. They praise it. They
Right.
want. They
Interesting.
didn't not say want, but they were like they praise death. They have
That's
some
interesting.
moral gatherings. They
That's
put coffins. They make you look beautiful before you die. Now people are scared of death. They don't visit
right. They used to
cemetery.
put
They're
makeup on you
scared
and
of their
stuff,
fear. Yeah, now they're fear of it. They don't want to see their loved ones.
which
They
is
don't want to.
interesting. Which is interesting
Now
because
it's normalized.
how did it get like
Now
that?
it's weird to think like that.
It
It's
should
changing. Why?
if it was always
Society.
if it was never a feeling kind of thing, right? If death
Hmm.
was never a good or bad thing, then it should never be a case of I'm feeling a certain kind of way for dying.
It
Never.
can
It should
be.
never
It
be
can
like
be.
that.
It's possible to change with influence. We are, like I said, we're humans with emotional.
Okay,
We're emotional beings.
what do you think
Influence.
influenced us to fear death?
What can for a full sting for
Out
us
of
being
nowhere.
happy
Out of
for
nowhere.
us
What do you think?
it's not it wouldn't be out of nowhere.
Oh,
It's always a butterfly effect, always.
okay, how can a butterfly effect come out of nowhere?
How can it didn't come out of nowhere.
Okay, where'd it come from?
It can be just different environment,
Like,
like I said back in the day. In some If we were all one group of human beings and we knew, and in that group of beings we celebrated death as a good thing, we would all do it. Now what if we split in half and someone stated, because free choice, free will, they said I'm scared of it or it's bad of it, and that lingered in people's mind,
but
that
this
can
is
change people's mind.
but this is the
Or
thing.
influence, as
This
in saying
this is
that
what
you
I'm
can
trying
live
to
forever.
this is what I'm trying to understand though. Where did that fear come from? Like where if they, okay, if realistically, if I'm in a society where it's neither bad nor good for something to just exist, I'm not even going to think about it because realistically, I'm not feeling any kind of way towards it. I don't even really know what it is. So it's like, why would I be feeling feeling some kind of way towards it if I'm not even really sure about what the fuck it is? It's literally like normal. Like it doesn't feel like anything. So how am I gonna feel either good or bad towards something? What am I starting to what is it that's making me starting to fear this thing? What's making me starting to like this thing? Like what is it? You feel me? And that's what I'm trying to get at. Hello? Bro, no way.